kids in the Philippines to buy a pair of shoes like that is an equivalent to a couple weeks to 3 weeks wages for a whole family. So these pairs of shoes, you have no idea. You're giving your new shoes, old shoes in that room over there. You have no idea how your pair of shoes is going to impact a young person's life in the Philippines. You have no idea because they don't have shoes. And they just go with bare feet or sandals. So.
Yay! Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
He's no Bisaya, no Tagalog, born in America.
Today, we have a guest speaker. We told you about who was coming and the reason why we collected all those shoes. I want to thank everyone. If you guys brought shoes this week, we really appreciate it. We have a giant pile in the coach's room. So thank you if you did that. Last few days, we are bringing, this is Dave and Mylene Corsi of the California Bearcats. So give it up for Coach Corsi. He'll talk to you a little bit about his basketball experience. He's been coaching much longer than most of you have been alive, and then he will talk about what he is doing with all those shoes you guys brought. So his experience with community service and what he does in the Philippines. So give it up for Coach Corsi. Let's go.
I'm David Corsi. This is my wife, Mylene. You can call me Coach Corsi. I prefer that. Coach Corsi, I want to thank Garrett. I want to thank Jordan. I want to thank Coach Les. And I want to thank Mike Roberts for having us here today. It is our honor to be here with you guys. I also want to say a huge thank you. I went in that room where all the shoes are at, and I was blown away. Just completely blown away by your generosity. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to put all those shoes in my car and take them back to San Diego and ship them to the Philippines. So that's the next hurdle. But thank you guys so much. Completely blown away in a very short period of time what you guys put together. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Philippines in a second, but I want to tell you a little bit about my life. I played basketball before any of you were born. But you know what? I played in college, I played overseas, but the most rewarding thing that I ever did in my life was 18 years ago. I started a club called California Bearcats out of Solana Beach. And that has been the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. Now, saying that, I worked 36 years for brands like Nike and Converse and Skechers. It was very high level. I was an owner in a lot of those brands, a president, a CEO, and I had a great career. But the most rewarding thing, and the thing that gets me the most excited about, is walking into a gym and seeing this. This is what gets me excited and passionate about life. So I want to thank you guys for being here. The lessons that the coaches are pouring into you are just phenomenal. When I started the Bearcats, my whole thing was to impact just one life. I called it Impact One. It's because I had a college coach that poured his life into me and really changed my life. He passed away very young of lymphoma cancer, and so in dedication to him, I said, I'm going to start a club with Impact One Life. Now, over the years, we've impacted thousands of lives. one life that can go out there and change the world. And I know that's what these coaches are doing. They're hoping that they impact at least one life here today so you can go out and change the world, because the game of basketball is much greater than just the basketball and the basket. It's much bigger than this room, and it encompasses a whole community, a whole state, and a whole nation of how you can go out and change someone's life. So real quickly, I want to tell you about California Philippines Bearcats, and I want to tell you a story about defense in my story. So California Philippines Bearcats, 3 years ago, but I had this dream, and the dream was I felt a calling in this dream, God telling me, I want you to do the same thing you did with California Bearcats in Asia. He didn't say the Philippines. And I'm like, okay, God, okay, that's kind of crazy, but that's what you want me to do, I'll do. And so very quickly I realized that it was going to be the Philippines. And then I was going to start that 2 or 3 years from now. And then COVID hit, and I felt again God telling me, no, I want you to go now, right now, start it. So we just got back from 4 months in the Philippines. You guys are very lucky right now. In the Philippines, they're still not allowing kids to do what you're doing right now. Most of the basketball courts we went to, we saw kids playing on it one day. The next day, they were either taken down or there was a trash bag put on each shoe, and the police said, no playing. And this happened everywhere we went. And the few areas that the kids weren't playing, it was so far out of the city that the government didn't even know they were doing it. So you guys are really fortunate. You have to embrace this and be happy that you're able to be here and play basketball and be free like you are right now. The second thing we saw, and this is where the shoes came in, is we saw that 90% of the kids that were playing basketball were either playing in sandals or they're playing in bare feet. Think about that. And I would watch them play, and actually they were pretty good in sandals and bare feet. It was surprising how athletic and how good they were. They had no shoes. Because shoes to them, a pair of shoes, you guys got white shoes, I'm sure someone's got pink shoes, yellow shoes, different colored shoes, expensive shoes. The kids in the Philippines, to buy a pair of shoes like that is an equivalent to a couple weeks to 3 weeks wages for a whole family. So these pairs of shoes, you have no idea. You're giving your new shoes, old shoes in that room over there. You have no idea how your pair of shoes is going to impact a young person's life in the Philippines. You have no idea, because they don't have shoes. And they just go with bare feet or sandals. Down in the Philippines, they have nothing. You need to rely on resources from the U.S. basketball, uniforms, and also support financially for all that as well. To really feel that and touch and touch as many lives. The more resources we have, the more money we have, the more lives we can touch in the Philippines. And that's our whole goal, is to impact as many kids in the Philippines, and hopefully that this love will spread. I love it on them, will spread all over the country. Okay, so I want to thank you guys. California Philippines, California Bearcats been around 18 years. California Philippines Bearcats is 17. Well, I want to thank you guys for supporting that. That's really our first, Gary, you gotta understand, that's our first shoe donation sitting back there. That's in that room, that's our first one from this club. But I want to tell you a story. So I want to talk about defense, because I want you to remember this, what I'm going to say right now. Defense will sustain you. What does that mean? Defense will sustain you. What it means is if you can play defense, you can lock people down, you're gonna play. I don't care how tall you are, how small you are, how quick you are, how high you jump. If you play defense, you can lock people down, you're gonna play. You're gonna play. And so let me explain what that means. There's Tommy Mallon. Tommy Mallon played for us at Santa Fe Christian. He played 4 years. I coached him at Santa Fe Christian, assistant coach down there. When Tommy, how many of you can make left-handed play at the rim? He was a senior in high school and still didn't know how to make a left-handed play. We did everything to teach, try to teach him, never could become. But this kid could lock people down. Could lock people down. To the point we played a team, guy averaged 28. And at the end of the game, he has, Tommy, go get him. Tommy was about 6 feet. Not real athletic, not real quick. about 6 foot. He had this tenacity in him to play defense. So we played team 28, 97. Next team averages 30, gets 10. Next team averages 20, gets 5. This happened all year. This is the culminating. Senior year, we went to a tournament up in San Luis Obispo. San Luis Obispo, we're playing this tournament. And we're in our second league, we're playing against one of the best kids in all of the state of California. One of the best kids of all time. He's averaging like 30 games. He's 6'6". So we say, oh, Tommy, he's too small. We're going to put Carl Holman on. Carl's like Mike Roberts' size, about 6'2", 6'3". And so we got to push. We got to put Carl Holman on. Won the first quarter. The guy torched Carl for 6 threes. He had like 18 points in the first quarter. And we all the coaches look at each other and say, what do we do? I don't know. We should ask Tommy to guard. Tommy's probably too small, not as quick, but what do we got to lose now? We're down by 12. This kid's killing us. What do we got to lose? We went on, we put Tommy on him, and the rest of that game, the kid got 4 points. 6 foot, looking up 6'6", 4 points. Then get this. So all you guys, like when I see Instagram, I see a lot of people I follow, kids stuff, it's all offense. Playing, all offense. I've never seen defense on Instagram. You never see it. It's all offense. I'm here to tell you, start to stop putting some defenses in the other. Because this is what happened. At the end of the tournament, we win the tournament. Right? And guess who all the, not our coach, guess who all the coaches vote most valuable player of the tournament? What do you think? How many points do you think Tommy got the whole tournament? How many? 5. So 0, 2, and all the other coaches said, Tommy, no, never see that. But that kid played more. He played more in the game freshman senior than anybody else ever played. And there was kids that scored more than on. I'm telling you all this is that maybe you're something right now like, you're not slow. I'm never going to be a great basketball player. If you commit to defense, you will be. I've never seen a coach. You ask any high school coach, you ask Les, like, hey Les, I got this player, not real talented, they play lockdown defense. Can they play for you? Of course. There's no high school coach that's going to deny that because scoring's great. When you think of high school, everybody can score. But it's the ones that get stopped. In our class, this is something I started doing 12 years ago. I come to you after the game, how'd you do it? Hey, coach, come on. Okay, but how did you do? They say, oh, I had 20 points, coach, 8 rebounds. Okay. But how did you do? You're like, coach, I just told you how I did. We won the game, I had 20 and 8, what do you mean? I said, how did you do? No, oh yeah. How did you do? Oh, the guy was guarding, only scored 4 points. Good job! Whoa! That's what I was waiting for. How did your guy who was guarding how many points you did? Because it didn't matter how many points you score or what the scoreboard looked like. The only thing that counts is how did you walk down the game? How did you guard the game? And coaches said, just focus on that. You're going to love that scoreboard. If you focus on blocking kids down, the kids getting mentally more interested in what, more interested in what they got, be more interested in what the player you already got. What if the player you already got, not what you got? Because that's the difference between you loving a scoreboard or not loving it. Okay? You got it? Defense, right? Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense! Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense! Yes. I'm not my wife. Where's my wife? She's Filipino. She was an actress in the Philippines. She did 5 or 6 movies. One of her movies won movie of the year. She's full Filipino. Good question. I wish I was. I'm half Italian. Yes. I'm the middle. Who's the middle? I'm sorry. The middle's the office. Thank you guys again. Hey guys, Coach Corsi here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, and thanks for being a part of this vision for the future to impact our youth and the next generation. God bless you, and go Bearcats.